Intuistic Studio. Do more. Andrew Brown Jr. shot 5 times on April 21st, 2021, recently, by a mob of cops in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. What's mind-boggling is that 5 gunshots hit Andrew Brown Jr., but 1 hit him in the back of the head. Now, I'm no lawyer, okay? I'm just an independent journalist. But what I want to say is, usually when you're hit in the back of the head, you shouldn't be a threat. Someone who is scary, someone that's dangerous, wouldn't be running away. Usually when people run away, it's because they're trying to save their lives. For some reason, our police force have taken matters into their own hands by executing Andrew to death. Andrew Brown Jr. is no longer here. He leaves behind his son, who's been a vocal activist for his justice. Khalil is his name. He left also other family members. You know, they didn't just kill a man, a black man. They didn't just kill a criminal. They killed a father. They killed a family member. They killed a human being. And someone has to be held accountable for this. I'm going to show you 20-second clips of the mob of police who drove towards Andrew, targeting him for a charge that they clearly wanted to get him in for. Problem is, they never got him in.
They killed him.
They escalated the situation. They didn't de-escalate the situation. In fact, it looks like they instigated the situation. And you're going to see that right now.
Shot. Family attorney Ben Crump said the video showed, in his words, a militarized police force rushing to kill Brown. Just moments later, this video shows deputies surrounding Brown's car, riddled with bullets after it hit a tree. The crucial events between these two videos is on the not yet released body camera footage. The family says it will show an execution.
It was a kill shot to the back of the head.
Crump, the Brown family, and other attorneys released an independent autopsy which shows Brown suffered 5 gunshot wounds, 4 to the arm and 1 fatal shot to the back of the head. Brown's son Khalil Farabee saw just 20 seconds of the body camera footage Monday.
It's obvious he was trying to get away. It's obvious. And they gonna shoot him in the back of the head. Man, that's not right. That's not right at all, man.
The county sheriff says that under North Carolina law, a judge must sign off on the public release of body cam video. And even if a judge makes a decision on that today, there's no timeline on when the video might be released.
At some point, you have to understand that it's really not about giving the attention only to police officers killing black men. This isn't something that people want to talk about. This isn't something that people want to protest about. Mind you, please note that they've already put a curfew, so people can't even exercise their First Amendment. When did we give police of our state, officers, the right to take people's lives? Can't these men live to fight another day? Can't these men get a phone call? Can't these men get letters? Can't these men be even threatened with deadlines? Can't these men be held accountable without them
losing their lives?
Mind you, black men are terrified. Not only black men, black people are terrified that if we get pulled over for anything, that we could lose our lives. That is not the way the justice system is supposed to be. The justice system is supposed to hold people accountable and allow everyone, and I mean everyone, to have due process. Probably going to bring up his criminal history. What does that have to do with him being unlawfully shot and killed in broad daylight? The reality that black people in this country are still dealing with racism. It's embedded in our culture. It's embedded in our institutions. It's embedded in our media. It's embedded everywhere. And then there's a psychological warfare going on where there are people in this country, including blacks, that are hopping on the bandwagon calling white fragility. We need everyone to agree together and say, no more will we tolerate this. We need to mandate every police officer with documentations before arrest. You have a right to remain silent. Andrew Brown Jr. had rights. They were overlooked. And I don't care, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, or every conservative and Republican who has chosen to criticize my people, black people of this country. They cannot say that Andrew Brown Jr. didn't have rights. And who cares about his rights? Because he was a criminal. Well, maybe if there was more opportunities in these cities, these democratic cities that they keep talking about. Maybe if there was more education. Maybe there was more mentorship. I work for myself. I'm a real estate agent. But at the end of the day, you guys don't know this. I've been looking for a job since my son's been born. 5 years. That's why I had to become a real estate agent, because I wasn't getting hired. You know I ain't never lied. On top of that, the freaking epidemic, the COVID-19, where a lot of people have lost their jobs. What are people supposed to do with this country? You think $1,400 is enough to feed our families? On top of that, black men are being shot in the head, shot on spot. I want everyone who talks about Andrew Brown Jr.'s case moving forward to be held accountable. You should not be allowed to go on these networks and use racial language. It should be illegal. That's why I'm here. Y'all better hope I don't get a degree, because I take everybody down. I'm pertaining to the law. If I get a degree, Candace Owens better run. You cannot say the things that you say about people's race. It shouldn't even be legal on public TV. That's why I can be loud as I want, because there's not a racist, prejudiced bone in my body. I hold my fiduciary duties to a high standard. I don't know what happened to Fox News, but they need to get their you-know-what together with Tucker Carlson, clearly a racist, saying really derogatory things about black people in our community. Raise your right hand and say, I vow to stop the madness. Okay? Stay tuned. Hopefully, there's not going to be any more deaths. But honestly, I can't promise you that. At this point, it's a freaking circus. With that said, I just want to thank you guys for supporting my show. Even by watching, you're supporting my efforts into being a spokesperson for everyone. Please believe me.